I've been staring down your way, don't know exactly what to say. I'm wondering if you feel the same. Because every time I'm looking down, the question's what you're dancing around. I'm sick of playing silly games. Tell me, am I the type you go for? Am I just wasting my time? Should I carry on or should I say no more? All of the things running through my mind. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, baby. Yeah. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me,
Every single night and day, I wonder if it's just a phase or is it really something here? Cause whenever that you're near to me, I feel it in my energy. Just put me out my misery. Tell me, am I the type you go for? Am I just wasting my time? Should I carry on or should I say no more? All of the things running through my mind. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, baby. Yeah. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, baby. Oh, tell me, tell me.
Mic check. Excuse me. Where's my drink? Smoothie. Let's try that again. Mic check. 212. What's going on? How we doing? Welcome back. We're back again on familiar grounds. There we go. What we got in the building? We got my man Lizzo in the building. Salute. Anatolia Ma. Wicked. Salute. Pamela Mystical Musing. Salute. What's going on? Small town girl. How we doing? Wicked, wicked. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, buddy. We're back again. Chill out spot. The chill out spot. That's how we do. We turn this down a touch. There we go. Turn that down. So how we feeling? I hope you lot enjoyed the recap for the 9.5 plus James Terrell. Good stuff. Good stuff. Just in case anyone's watching or they wanna come up and have a word of your boy. No weirdos allowed. No weirdos allowed. Let me just make that statement clear. No weirdos allowed. There you go. Yeah. That's what's up. Salute to that. CC in the building. What's going on, CC? 420 if you got that. Go ahead and pin that link real quick. Where's that? Oops. There you go. Oh, we got Bex in the building. Salute. Cool, cool, cool. Hey. There you go. The girls are on it. The ladies are on it. Hey. Yeah, buddy. Love it. I love it. So, if you looked into the first show, we tied in some good things. Oh, no doubt, Pam. Big dabs, flowers and big dabs all day. Flowers and big dabs all day. 420 if you got that. Yes, big dabs, flowers, all of that. There you go. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah. So, like I was saying, I was feeling what Access was putting down. You know, because I have seen a lot of looping within these communities. Nothing new. Nothing new. Right. When I mean nothing new, I really mean it. Like, I don't mean the work has to be new, but no new arrangements of stuff. Just repeated old material. You know, it's just wild. Then you got London. Then you got London. Seem to be knocking it out of the park. Seem to be connecting a lot of dots within a space of what? How long? A year? A year of being here. And we're only at 9.5. Wild. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. We're doing it very different. Very refreshing. Hey Pam, did you manage to check out the new upload? It featured you and what's his name? Mr. Jack Talcott. Bex was also in it, but there wasn't that part where she was talking, but she was in the crowd. But you and Mr. Jack Talcott, you got your little cameo, you got your little show. Random fan in the building. I see you, guy. I see you. Tell him. Mm, there you go. Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, me too. I like it because it's different. It's big business when we open up over there, right? Big business. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. I got shit to stand on. I got something to bring to the whole table, right? Different class, different act. hmm You see what we just did over there, right? I guarantee you, any money, if someone's live and we tune into them right now, no progress, roundabout, echo chamber, I guarantee. I guarantee. I mean, no harm in that, but you know how it goes. Oh yeah, you need to see that, Pam. Yeah, you need to see that. Definitely need to see that. I mean, we can always throw it on real quick if you want to see it, Pam. I don't mind seeing it again. But yeah, no, you can watch it in your own time if you want, or you can come up and watch it together. Mm, interesting, good stuff. We do it different. We do it very different. I think a lot of them are aware, but I think they're afraid to get their paradigm completely cracked open, bust it open, bust it open. That's what they're shook on. They're shook to get it bust open. Then they got to remove all their uploads, all their lives, right? Because London bust the whole thing. Because I bust it all open. Now they got to remove all their lives, all their uploads, all their pictures, all the whole shebang, right? How we doing, Pamela?
Hey, hey.
Good stuff. How we doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I've been doing a lot of dabs today, working on my Pinterest and home wall art. Kind of been out of the metaverse, but it's been a good day.
Mm, there you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I went live earlier on the main channel just to do some recaps and little breakdowns.
That's
Show
odd.
some
I
new things.
didn't get the notification. That's weird. That's aggravating.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He was over there for a few hours. Then access came up for a while, and then
Well, I'm gonna have to catch up on that tomorrow or later after I
yeah,
go to sleep.
definitely. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. But yeah, no, like I said, I went to do part two again. I touched it up a little bit, and yeah, I got a different outcome. Let me actually get it ready for you. Actually, let me see what's going on. If I can still find it. Where's it gone? Um, there we go. Oops. Only because you haven't seen it, I treat you to it. So we're gonna get into it again, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go. I'm gonna mute up, right? I'm gonna let you watch it all the way through.
One more time if you don't mind. I must be out of my mind. Think about you.
And that's the end of Mr. Bean. So thereby, kind of, but we may do it. Mm-hmm. We may do it. It's a kind of silly idea. I mean, there is this idea that he may not be of our world. He may be from another place.
The blue moon!
The flood begins on the 17th day of the second month, when the spring of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened.
This is what a regular eyeball looks like. And this thing here, I forget what they call that, but it's a little pillowy looking thing. And then there's the optic nerve runs into the eyeball. All right, that's the optic nerve right there that runs out into the eyeball. All right, that's the optic nerve right there that runs out into the eyeball. All right, that's the optic nerve right there that runs out into the eyeball from this little thing where all of these little joggers attach to the optic nerve coming from the eyeball.
Turn this sideways, right? Now, when you turn it sideways, this circle's going to be up top. Now, this would be our realm on the bottom if you turn it sideways, right? This, how it's showing you, makes no sense. They're showing you what's really going on, but they're turning it sideways, right? It don't make sense sideways.
I never saw anything like it. They're coming by the capsule, and they look like little stars, a whole shower of them coming by. They swirl around the capsule and go in front of the window, and they're all brilliantly lighted. They probably average maybe 7 or 8 feet apart, but I can see them all down below me also. Negative. They're very slow. They're not going away from me more than maybe 3 or 4 miles per hour. They're going at the same speed I am, approximately. They're only very slightly under my speed. Over. They do have a different motion, though, from me, because they swirl around the capsule and then depart back the way that I am looking. Are you receiving? Over. There are literally thousands of them. This is Friendship 7. Am I in contact with anyone? Over. This has been going on since about 1+15, over. Just after I remarked about the sunset, I looked back up and looked out the window, and all the little swirl of particles was going by, over. This is Friendship 7 broadcasting in the blind. Sunrise has come up behind in the periscope. It was brilliant in the scope, a brilliant red as it approached the horizon. It came up, and just as I looked back up out the window, I had literally thousands of small luminous particles swirling around the capsule and going away from me at maybe 3 to 5 miles per hour. Now that I am out in the bright sun, they seem to have disappeared. It was just as the sun was coming up. I can still see just a few of them now, even though the sun is up some 20 degrees above the horizon. I still have some of these little particles coming around the capsule occasionally. Here I can see them against the dark sky, even on the day side. Over. Roger, Friendship 7. We'll give blood pressure check. I still have some of these particles that I cannot identify coming around the capsule occasionally. Over. Very small. I would indicate they're of the order of a 16th of an inch or smaller. They drift by the window, and I can see them against the dark sky. Just at sunrise, there were literally thousands of them. It looked like just a myriad of stars. Over. Roger. Are they floating by you or floating with you? Over. Some of them float almost with me. Most of them appear to be moving at about 3 to 5 miles an hour away from me. I'm going just a little faster than they are. Over. Roger. Only really unusual thing so far beside ASCS trouble were the little particles, luminous particles around the capsule, just thousands of them, right at sunrise over the Pacific. Over. This is Friendship 7. I do not think they were from my control jets. Negative. Over. Roger, Friendship 7. This is Canton. We have TM solid. Go ahead. Over. Roger, this is Friendship 7, and now that sunrise is starting, I have all these little particles coming around the capsule again, just at sunrise. Roger, Friendship 7. I also can see the light on my on steam from the thruster when I operate it. Over. This is Friendship 7. I think I also can see a little bit of steam spitting against the dark sky here occasionally from my pitched down manual thrust. Over. Roger. This is Friendship 7. All these little particles, there are thousands of them, and they're not coming from the capsule. They're something that's already up here. Because they're all over the sky. Way out, I can see them as far as I can see in each direction almost. Roger, Friendship 7.
That was very well put together, London.
Thank you, Pamela.
I really liked the part at the end that really made me think was seeing all those what looked to be orbs or maybe souls. My mind's always in the mystical, so I see like those as like souls going somewhere or something, but who knows?
The great unknown, yes. Showing some of the mysteries.
If you heard any flapping when you had high capsule rates.
Brother, I do. I love your creativity, the way you put the images and the sounds. I mean, it comes together. You've got a knack for this. It's beautiful. Getting the mind wandering.
Yeah, that caught my attention and kind of it kept my attention and on into the other stuff. And then the part at the end where like you saw all the white lights or orbs or whatever those were, that was awesome.
Negative. I don't seem to see them around here on this side. I saw a few, just a few.
Look at those type of things. They think just because it's NASA, they go past it, or they just have shit to say about it, you know.
Yeah, that'd be my first initial thoughts too. But the way you presented it made me look at it differently.
There you go. There you go. Thank you.
Because normally when I hear NASA, I'm already mentally beginning to poo-poo it, you know.
Many people do.
Yeah.
And it's not just NASA though.
Yeah, me either. It's all those agencies. I was just saying at the first how you made that like the pyramid with the key at the top or the circle, how you did that. It looked really cool. That's awesome.
There you go. Thank you. Glad you like it.
Yeah, I'm still mad at YouTube on the notifications. Why is it I get more notifications for channels I don't necessarily want than the ones I do? I bet I missed a good build earlier too.
Yeah, it's breaking down some stuff. Definitely. Breaking it down. So yeah, I mean, it's there in plain sight. It's there in plain sight. You know, all of the work that I present, it's coming from a source, and I'm just giving it back to the people. You know, I mean, I don't even have to look too far nowadays. It's just like in children's movies when I'm chilling out with my children and watching children's stuff. You know, it's just there in plain sight. It's in adult movies. Excuse
Right.
me. It's in maps. It's everywhere.
Yeah, very well put together. I think out of all the series, this is my favorite. It was the easiest to understand, you know, especially more than the first ones. Like for me, because I'm familiar with the material now, but I like this one really well.
Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I actually wanted to add some more stuff, but I thought, you know what, less is better sometimes. Yeah, less is better.
Did you
Definitely.
see what the Pixel T or Yolanda said?
Um. Oh, okay. Underneath. Cool. I didn't see this video. Interesting connections, London. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, run with those connections. Try and work it out as well. If you think I missed something, you know, let me know. Let me know. Still going, eh? Yeah, how we doing? I came over here for, you know, a few hours. It's already late, so maybe another hour or so. Just thought I'd come and say what's up. Happy Sunday and that. Happy Sunday. Who's live today? Anyone else live? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look. Where's my okay. How do I get into that bit? Oh, 1 second. No one's oh, okay. Jack's live. What's going on over there?
Not at 500 times
It's
the
rare.
income.
It's rarer.
If there was transparency in capitalism, it would collapse.
Yep. Yeah.
What do you? How so? No, it wouldn't.
Yep.
It would collapse.
There is transparent. There's more transparency now in existence than anybody does anything with.
I hear you. I saw an article today. The youth, the youth, they're saying that the 9 to 5 is horrible. It's a why do we have a 9 to 5 40-hour work week? I read the article and they said we go to work, we'll work hard for 3 to 4 hours, but then after that we're just talking, chatting, da 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 da. It's a farce.
It is.
Yeah. So the youth is starting to understand that this whole construct of capitalism, the only way I make it, bro, anybody who makes more money than me, they made it off the back of somebody else. Whether it's a negotiation, labor, you know, skills, that type of thing. But the only way you, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm a socialist, or it's the construct. We were given just a few things to choose from: socialism, capitalism. What else is there? But
there's some other options, you know, and I think you have to look into the past for the adequate options there. For example, you know, anybody who didn't have inheritance in the past, you know, was considered a slave by Aristotle. You know, if you didn't have inheritance, that basically meant that you had to work to live. You know, if you had to work to live, you're basically considered an indentured servant, which slavery was not slavery during the Atlantic trade. If you, in ancient times, if you were a slave, you were just an indentured servant. You know, so indentured servitude was considered slavery for all intents and purposes. Even in America, you know, the indentured servants that were here, you know, that were controlled by the rich landowners. You know, they had risen up in like rebellions many times because they were basically prisoners in England, you know, and all that stuff. So when you get to capitalism was actually made as a caste system conceived by John Locke because he wanted to make a system where the rich landowners would control the workers and the workers would control the slave population.
Bro,
So as to get the workers and the slaves to not rise up in rebellion against the rich landowners. They created that system, and part of the reason and part of the ways they did that was through secular liberalism. This was very important because one of the things that John Locke argues in his book, and I have this book right here. I've studied this book many times, and I hate talking about political science. It just gets to like it just happens because I studied it, so I'm just like, shit, here we go again. But then it's like but this topic, it's fascinating because the whole book he's arguing against Filmer's view of patriarchy. So the whole book, Two Treatises of Government, is actually a response to another book called Patriarchy. And what does John Locke argue? He argues that daddy is a sperm donor. Why? Because at 18, the little baby can get his own property and be free. Freedom comes from you owning property. It doesn't come from you having a father and that father teaching you the way to live and giving you an inheritance. John Locke thought that was a bad way to live. So he questioned the notion of patriarchy. But look at today. We don't have father. The father is not doing shit in this society. And that's a problem because men don't know the way. They don't know how to be men because the dad's not there. So that's the problem, is that you have a society of women that are going to work, single mothers. In my opinion, the system that was before capitalism that we're missing today is the system of the family. Families used to take care of each other. Local communities used to look after one another.
Neighborhoods.
Yeah, if you had somebody poor who was struggling in your neighborhood, everybody would know about it. That would be literally the one neighborhood poor guy who can't get his shit together that everybody's always giving advice to, and he's always causing a ruckus. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. But like today, we don't have that. We have hundreds and thousands of belligerent, degenerate people, that either come from situations where they don't have an adequate family structure, or they come from a situation of debt. And I'll tell you the type of people who don't commit crimes. It's people who are not in debt and they come from good families. You know what I mean? They just don't commit any crime. They don't commit crimes.
Look at Jack. Look at Jack. Look at Jack. Jack's gonna get you on that one.
No,
I thought you were gonna say white people.
No.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot there. We have become divided, and it's been a long process, a long growth from feudalism into this capitalism, and then in other parts of the world, other isms were tried, and it's time for new. And actually, what you said, when a child is raised with support and care, they typically don't grow up to be criminals. Unless, well, I won't even say unless. I don't know enough to be sure, but I was going to say unless they fall into the path of temptation. And then there's many criminals in the white collar area who say they're not criminals, they're professionals.
Well, are you defining crime as something that's against the law or as something that's against your morals?
Okay. Actually, very good. Because you're right. You can come from a healthy background and still be legal and immoral. But I think the likelihood of that anyway, when people are raised right, I think they behave right, morally right.
I would disagree. I don't think that you're.
Whoa!
What?
All right, I'm listening. Go ahead.
I don't think that the amount of money somebody has really has any sort of a direct impact on their morality. Agreed. I do think it has definitely a direct impact on whether or not they become a criminal legally.
It's valid.
As can be evidenced by myself, right? I have enough money to not be in prison still, and not enough money to not be a criminal.
I think I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Hey, but capitalism. You know what capitalism's turning into? Okay, Jack, I don't know if you caught my live, but I told you I'm staying in the house nowadays. I'm protecting my spirit from things. And I made it sound simple. But even the capitalism itself, those type of things, I'm protecting my spirit from those type of things, because in this time period, capitalism is a tool. That I'm seeing now that capitalism is legitimately a tool, and it can be manipulated. We can say it's being manipulated by the algorithm if you want. In this particular day and time, how is it now that how is it now that a female can post pictures of her feet and make 2-3 times more than a husband who goes to work and grinds to provide for his family, to instill morals, the nuclear family? She can just post pics of her feet in this capitalistic system that we have now.
Mm-hmm.
She provides more value.
No, hey, it's misplaced values. You're absolutely right.
Shit.
People will pay for entertainment and
That's wild.
Smut, distraction, whatever. We've lost our way.
There's some desperate people out there paying for feet. That's all I got to say about that.
Indeed.
People, though. That is people. That's humanity.
Indeed,
until we find our way. And the way...
I mean, okay, go ahead. Jack's way for humanity is his covert contract to what humans should be in Jack's mind. I'm saying people are a thing. They have always been a thing. I appreciate the thing for what it is, warts and all.
Really?
Not for what I think it should be, because I mean, you're just setting yourself up for failure, because you're not going to change humans unless you kill them.
Yeah,
or microchip them.
I was going to press back against what you said, because there's a couple of things here in the background that I don't know. Products of our society is what I'm referring to, Flo. These people that can they change? Are they willing to change? And Snafu, you're on a short leash. I'm going to bring you up, but please be civil and respectful.
Oh, I just timed him out. He won't be.
I'm being civil and respectful, Jack. You guys tell me to come with receipts. This is all I'm going to say, is I posted a link in your backstage. It's receipts of courtroom audio of Montegraph threats on YouTube and fucking fruit.
That's what I wanted.
It's receipts of courtroom audio. They're not making fucking fruit.
Okay.
And making
Okay, so you've already done what you've done, so now we don't need a narration.
And last thing I wanted to ask you is, he was threatening your chatters. Just now, we have screenshots saying we're going to find where you live. Your chatters, Jack. That's your live right now. October Reigns is making threats on your chatters right now during this live.
Should I call the police?
To you privately.
Should I call the feds?
No. I just want you to know that this little guy has
him up.
You threaten everyone's chatters all the fucking time.
Shut the fuck up. Let me talk, kid.
There you go, Cam.
Because you're not going to let me talk till Flow State shuts up.
Well, what the hell?
Let me mute my mic.
Yeah.
Holy cows, man.
Anyways, the link is in your backstage. It's receipts of threats online and him fucking fruit. Simple as that.
Thank you. All right. So is that all you want? I mean,
because you always say I have no.
Well, then, if that's all you want, go ahead and continue your day. Thank you for dropping the links. And
shit.
For those who are curious, apparently reach out to Snafu. He's got all the links on everybody that you could want.
It would make everyone's day if somebody would reach out to this poor lonely fucking loser. He would love to tell you about all the things that other people do wrong.
Shit.
Flow State's so funny.
He's hilarious.
This is people, man.
Hilarious. Both
people being people.
You know what? All right, Jack. Snafu just made your point for you. I concede. People suck and they need to be better.
Thank you.
Hey man, look, speaking spiritually, whenever I have a question about anything, scripture, man, I love the live y'all did earlier with I can't think of his name. Scripture. Whenever I have a question about something, scripture, people, my environment, anything. If it's complicated.
Pam, I'll bring you up to speed real quick. We was over on my panel, right? The main channel, and Access joined us, and he was expressing his feelings about this person down here, Charlie Chaplin, saying it's just a waste of time, waste of space. Why is he even doing it? It's just there's no need for it. Basically, he was saying. But it's funny when he mentioned him today. Look, he pops up here again, doing the exact same thing. So I found that quite funny, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that's the key. That's what I realized when I started accepting that. That's on the individual level and the greater level. We complicate our lives so much, and people around us complicate our lives so much when we allow the complications. But when we get out of our way, and allow things to work, they work.
Yes.
And on the greater scale, that's what I figured out too. It's so obvious. The money system, the rules of others, the rules of other people, whether you want to call it the economic system, the political system, whatever it is, the rules of others have overcomplicated our lives.
Yes.
So let's rewrite the rules. Let's make it more simple.
We're gonna have to. We're in a man-made system. We're in a humanity-made system. It's nah.
And it's inhumane.
Yes, it is. We fight. I watched the movie Napoleon the other day. We fight and die for lands and things and resources that none of us will ever own ultimately.
Yeah.
But people can't see that.
I've been convinced it's glorious to die for someone else.
Yes.
The name of a country that you'll never see again.
I like it. It's funny.
Well, then this is one of Jack's better panels.
I'm just envisioning the glorious future state.
What was that,
the
Pam?
flow state, you might
This is
say.
one of Jack's better panels. There's not as many agents of chaos.
Would gladly.
Indeed.
Because you
Yeah.
guys are patriots.
I like this vibe.
I enjoy you, bro. What do you know? All you guys, seriously.
There you
I
go.
watch. I'm there.
I'm glad you're here.
Way forward.
Well, there is a way to fundamentally collapse the dialectic between capitalism and communism or socialism, if you could. And the very easy and simple way to do it is by George Orwell in a work called Road to Wigan Pier. He talks about competitiveness and efficiency being a product of this rule of experts, and how this basically the mechanism is this: the average person who's discovering something in a university research project doesn't know what they're discovering it for. They just happen to have the appropriate skills to match the discovery of the materials they're working on, so they get paid to do it. You know, they actually don't know what the consequences of what they're working on will entail, you know, most of the time. And this is what the rule of experts actually creates. It creates large scale technologies and only a few people who can really manage them.
Wow.
You know, and that means that you need the larger technology you have, the more central controls you need. You know, if you want to build a nuclear plant, you got to get government regulations involved. So it's just that it depends on how big the project is, you know, and that requires experts, and that's why it makes capitalism impossible, because there's only going to be a few amount of people who have the resources to manage such a large affair. You know,
That's what you're saying right in front of you. Only a small amount of people controlling everything. Everything.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. No doubt. That's exactly what it is. Salutes. Mary Wynn's in the building. How we doing? It's been a little while. You finally caught me. There you go. Much love. Bex Factor in the building. Salute, salute. I know. Me too, bro. Me too. Me too. I was hoping Jack would bring him back up. But it's wild, man. I mean, it seems like you know what's gonna happen. That's the funny thing about it. When they say, "Hold on, I got snap in the back," you just know what's gonna happen. He's gonna come up, say his truth, yo, and then be kicked out or be put down. Right? It's hilarious. It's hilarious. That's funny.
Jacka doesn't let him stay up for long these days. I remember when he would let him carry on, but he wised up.
Mm. Yeah, Jack don't want it. I told him about punching down to some degree. You know, if you're gonna punch down, do it with a smile, and remember you're punching down. But, I don't know. I don't know whether he listens to anybody, Mr. Talcott. Sometimes he listens in the moment. You know, he listens in the moment, but I don't know. I don't know.
I think we all do that to some degree, you know. We take people's advice and we nod our head and say, yeah, thank you, but then we go ahead and do what we're going to do anyways, you know.
Yeah.
At least I do.
Guilty. I do that sometimes. Yep. I totally agree. Hmm. Yeah, I do that. Especially with food sometimes. I do that with food. Got my mind made up, but I'm like, what do you think I should get? I think you should get that. No, I'm gonna get this one anyway. So, yeah. When your mind's made up, it's made up. Yeah, Jack's hilarious though. He's hilarious. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
like
it is.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, Flo as well. Flo seems to be on a winning streak at the moment with his interaction with people. It's quite funny.
I like how he's no nonsense and he's to the point. Like when you go on his panel, like he doesn't let like disrespect or BS like last for long. You know, he regulates the flow.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, Flo's a cool guy. I think Flo. Let me see where they're at with it.
Is that if you had if somebody said what if I gave you what you wanted but first removed your defenses, you
Man.
know, and you would say, well, that's an interesting compromise, you know, and we make that compromise every day when we engage in these technologies. You know, we give up some of our
Yes.
you
Increase
know
the bandwidth.
yeah.
Increase the bandwidth. There's not enough bandwidth. Increase the bandwidth so we can feed them more information. Not so we can receive it, but so that they can feed us more information.
Well,
I'm listening. I'm an open-minded guy.
I think it's more we have access, and Flo I think Flo brings this up, that the information is there. We are living at a time where the information is there and it's accessible through this technology.
Mhm.
But we've got to believe that the answers are there. We've got to be willing to look, and it's all an individual path of learning.
Yes.
But where we're at, there's a shift happening on this world. It is a transformation, and I believe the world of the future will be very little like what we have known. Because let's face it, the world of today is very little like some of the past.
Yes.
You know, the dark ages and the
We're in the dark ages, homie.
we're coming out of it. We are the light that's here to bring forth the new. That's our purpose. Took me a lifetime to realize that, but that's what
we're the light bearers. Is that what you're saying?
That's the narrow road. That's the narrow road. Yes.
That's the Luciferian road, right?
Oh, come on, bro.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I got
Pun
you.
intended.
You're good, bro.
Well, hey, it's the light bringer. It's the one who's leading the way, and I think this is the creator's design. if you look at the past, the visible darkness has been leading. We've known there's, we meaning, I hope most people have realized there's been corruption in our government for a long time.
What?
Yeah,
that's preposterous. This is the first I've heard of it. If there was corruption, we would know about it by now.
Right?
You know how many people would have to keep the corruption secret? Impossible.
Right?
Capitalism.
Crazy talk.
Transparency. Capitalism.
It's the visible darkness. We've been in denial as a masses of people have been in denial about themselves, about their own ability to break free, to be more human.
You know what's crazy, right? Flo's smoke on the screen is actually killing my eyes. My eyes are actually irritated. You know when smoke gets in your eye? You ever had that before? It's affecting my eyes right now, even though it's physically not touching me. But it's making me want to just scratch my eyes out like, stop it, Flo.
That's wild.
Right. But yes, without realizing it. But I mean, that's how most of our actions and views really are. Like most people have no idea how much of their behavior is driven by their subconscious. Like all of it, almost.
But done for.
But this is the point. This is the key. Right now, today, this life we're living, there is more knowledge being shared in the common people, more understandings about consciousness, our subconscious.
More misunderstandings too.
That too.
Bandwidth.
It's all there, but it's coming out.
Like this motherfucker right here who loves talking about shit that he in the wrong way. I see you there. Yeah. Pretty convenient for you to be doing your mime thing right now. Go
on. Yeah. And admittedly, I am curious about my own choice to have him here.
Oh my God, I've been questioning your sanity about that forever.
Hey Jack, things can only happen one way. That you can't go back and redo anything. So the fact that he's here, it has a purpose. Everything has to happen the way that it's going to happen.
Stop enabling him, Josh.
I'm just saying, bro.
All right. No, Josh is right. And admittedly,
I know he's right. I agree with him. He's just not helpful.
Well, he's kind of playing into the excuse that I'm wondering. You know, because I'm wondering, am I making excuses?
Yes.
Because I hold the hope that whatever happens for a reason, and maybe, you know, Charlie Chapchin might actually hear something that is helpful and healthy.
If we're objective about it, we can say that. Fuck! I just lost my train of thought. We can say that I have ADHD and I'm ate the fuck up, and I just lost my train of thought.
Well, Jack, it may not be him. He may not pick up on something. It may be the people who follow him that are just in the chat, just watching. It may be something that they may need to hear that may change the course of their entire life.
Awesome. So, well, the thing is, though, is he's here playing a clown. He's here playing a mime. Yeah. And it's for his own entertainment and whatever. He's not bringing value as much as a distraction.
There you go.
It's still an improvement from teaching people how to counterfeit stamps.
Woo!
Wait, what?
Flo.
Yeah.
Too bad he can't talk, or he would explain to you how you can make your own stamps.
Oh,
really?
Flo.
No, not really. It's fucking bullshit.
Flo.
It is what he claims.
Well,
easy, Tiger.
So enjoying this.
I'm just happy I'm not getting yelled at for not following his instructions.
That is true.
Hey,
I talked about complications. Complications.
He's pissed.
That's why I stay in the house, right? And I always go back to my spiritual awakening. This is my whole deal. This is.
Did you see that? Yo, he was pissed. Secretly, he's pissed. He's pissed because he can't break that dickhead character that he's got right there. Right, you got to stay in that dickhead character. So pissed. He's pissed. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Let's keep going.
Because when I had my awakening, Flo, I fell in love with grass, bro.
I heard that.
No, you didn't hear it, man. You didn't. Grass. Not weed, grass. And I'm like, why? Seriously, I'm like, why? because it's
I'm
green.
glad he clarified because I was thinking weed.
Why?
Yeah, me
Because
too.
it has some form of an essence that is sharing the same
Yo.
time space experience with me. Yeah, in a lower form. But I loved grass. Look, Flo's like, I ain't trying to hear none of this. And then
I'm trying to hear it. I mean, I'm wondering if you're,
okay.
Was it a spiritual awakening or a mental break?
No, a spiritual awakening. Absolutely. It's different. People say, I need to see it. I need to know if this is real. I've been there. So I love grass. And now because it's green, well, obviously
I do too, man.
So I gotta love the planet.
Someone's gonna clip
I can't
that.
be throwing trash on the ground. And then
You know what this is? This is what I love.
That's
it's
pretty
lamb.
good.
I love lamb.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna give you light so people can see you clearly through the webcam. But look, and it goes on and on and on and on, and it's gonna sound mundane. The planet, the trees give us oxygen. Da 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 da. This is what we've missed in the complications that we've created. Old civilizations realized when you kill something, you need to pray over it. You need to be thankful for the sustenance. We've lost that. The planet, we need to live, we need to coexist with the planet. And I'm not a tree hugging God. I'm really not. I like my steaks. But we've missed all of that, and we went to capitalism. We went to complications in life. I'm watching the live stream, and I'm vibing, I'm enjoying it, and I'm loving it. And then you get this different energy flux just coming out of nowhere. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And automatically, it's so simple, but we've complicated it, and that's why I stay in the house now. But I enjoy the conversations.
Why would you stay in the house instead of instead of impacting the world's energy?
I was told to. Humanity. You talked about humanity earlier.
Yes,
bro. People have I'm not even gonna say I haven't. Self-examination on a daily basis is mandatory and necessary. But some people are not self-examining, and they're allowing themselves to be what is it, Jack? Entertained by things that, okay, you can't have an argument if only one person is arguing. It doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? When I watched the whole incident that just happened, the energy change, that entire person is set on making someone else understand that they have power and that they can make change and that I am this and I am that. You don't want to give energy to that energy. You just let it go. You know what I'm saying? It's simple.
But the world doesn't. Okay, go ahead, Jack.
Well, we got, not to hold your thought, we got another guest here, and I'm not sure. Blazing Scott.
That's why I stay in the house.
Okay, fair point.
You gotta live out in the country. All right, you live out in the country. There you go. You don't have to see all the people. Hello, I'm Blazing Scar. Nice to meet you, Jack and panel.
Hello.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having me up. Good combo about the grass, first of all, and nature in general. I'm an animal lover. I've always born and raised out in the country my whole life, so yeah.
I'm with you.
Do you love grass?
Hey, connecting to nature is important.
You know, it's crazy, right? Because I'm kind of with him on the grass aspect, because I questioned soil, right? When I questioned soil, look where we are now, 9.5. James Terrell meets Crater Earth, all because of me questioning the soil.
Right.
So that was interesting to hear that, actually. Yeah, crazy.
When they say question everything, they really mean question everything.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed, they really mean it. Even that's what I'm saying, the micro things, the nano things. Well, question it. It's bigger than us. It really is. It really is. 420 if you got that. 420 if you got that. What did I want to show? There's something I was meant to show. Oh yeah, 1 second. All right, cool. Let's get back to that.
That Rick.
See what I see here now is I see the serpent wrapped around the optic nerve.
Much like the Kundalini is a serpent that's wrapped around the base of our spines, according to New Age and spiritual literature.
Okay, is that what they say? Base of our spine.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And when that happens, when the Kundalini, when it raises or whatever, it's called like a Kundalini awakening, and that's when a person is at their most, like there's they call it enlightenment or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like an energy center that kind of opens in their body, and they kind of come into their spiritual, more of their spiritual powers and things.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to place that with the symbology of what's in the photo.
Yeah. Interesting. Even these little orb things remind me of what we just seen earlier on my documentary.
Exactly.
Mm.
Alchemos noticed it too just now in a chat.
Yeah, okay. See, okay. There you go. There you go. Good stuff, Alki. Good stuff. Let's keep going. Oh, hold on. I want to take a picture of that. That's what I was meant to do. So let's go back there. There you go. Yeah. Mm. Oh, I've never seen that picture before. I like that one. Them orbs. There you go. Them orbs again.
Did you notice the orb-looking things on the mushrooms too?
No, I didn't even notice that. Can you go back again 1 second? Yeah, there you go. The orbs. Orbs or spores. Okay.
There was a red mushroom back at the beginning when the mushroom started that has the little like white little spore orb-looking things on them too.
How far back was it?
It was toward the wherever you started with the mushrooms. Right there. Like right before that, there was one.
Yeah.
Right there.
Taking a snap of that. That's it. Have you ever tried a mushroom like this?
No, I've tried several different kinds, but none that look like that exactly.
Interesting.
I had a red cap, a Meta muscaria that kind of looked like that, but it didn't have the spores on the top or the white things.
Yeah. Where was it? Just about there. They dress like mushrooms. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You wanna come on? Yeah. Mm, deep. Yeah. See now, you know what's even crazy about that? Because I was even looking into the Holy Grail, but also the how would you call it, menorah, right? Because that's somewhat of representation of the Holy Grail as well. When I've seen it being tied in with the crater Earth, and I
Right.
think the Holy Grail and the menorah, and even down to the mushrooms like this that are open top like this, is a representation of entering the crater and then
Mhm.
would be the eye, and then coming down the optic nerve like the stem to get into the underworld would be the earth.
Right.
The Holy Grail. That's interesting. Let's keep going. Yeah, I notice it. That face looks so creepy. If you're actually looking in the mirror,
Right.
yeah, standing on the mushroom. Yeah, I see it. Mushroom on the head. What? Oh, hold on. Go back a second. I might be showing something else. Let's go back again. I snapped it. Why is that on the top of his head like that? Like, it's almost giving me that vibe of taking over someone's mind like a parasitic thing. Was it a hat? I don't understand. Is it meant to be a hat or is
Yeah,
it?
that's weird.
What is it? Alchemos. What is that? Is that a hat or is it something else? Bring me up to speed. Upside down cross. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Look at that. Creepy. The Hydra. Okay. Whoa, what did it just come out of though? Hold on one second. Go back a second. What is these circle things? That a flower? What is that? Can't tell what that is, but what is this one? Interesting. Hmm. Serpent again. Yeah, I see it. Sacred herb. Burning bush. Yeah, buddy. 420 if you got that. Big dabs. There you go. Nice. Part 3 dropping soon. Say no more, player. Say no more. Yeah, definite.
That's awesome.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, we managed to sync up some things from the James Terrell stuff. Interesting.
No kidding. I'm looking forward to going back and checking out the stream I missed today.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. We covered some serpents in the ground and stuff. So yeah, that was quite cool. Macro to macro. Yeah, very interesting.
It was nice to take a peek and see what Jack was doing. He seems like he was having a good panel today. I always like a panel with the machine lies.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see what they're up to. Join them.
Absolutely. Peace out, y'all.
Later, Josh.
Be safe.
Have a blessed
Later.
day, brother. Yeah,
You too, brother. Good meeting you, man.
Yeah,
Later.
good to meet you too. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, my avatar. Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Yeah, and those are my natural demon eyes. That photo is not modified. I'll have you know. Just happened to catch the flash. So I don't have any final words. Just a upcoming stream. So, thanks for having me up. Good talk. You know, except for when the chaos came in. But even then, whatever. Later.
Respect. Thank you, Flo, for what you bring. Machine Lies, thank you, my friend. We didn't capture as much as your wisdom as was available, but your energy and participation is always welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I had a good story that I told on my channel there, a very short one, from Shangzhou, that has to do with technology and just fun and avoiding conflicts as well. It has a little bit to do with that as well, but it's about a man named Hu Tzu who came up to Shangzhou, and this was his friend who was who was a great logician that he knew. He would always debate this man who was a master of logic named Hu Tzu, and Hu Tzu came up to him and he said, I have this tree in my yard. Its branches are too wiry to be used for anything. And it's too big and snarly to even be cut down. And repurposed. And he said, your words are big and wiry and useless, just like that tree. So Shang Tzu said to Hu Tzu, he responded to him, and he said, he said, a yak, it stands on a hill, and it's as big as a cloud. He says, there's also like a fox, who chases little weasels, and it falls in a trap because it keeps chasing small prey. It usually falls into a trap or two. It says, but the yak that stands with its chest as big as a cloud, it doesn't go around chasing small prey, because it goes and just eats grass, like my friend was saying, eating grass, and stuff like that, like just the simple thing. He was trying to illustrate the simplicity of it. And he said, now you say you have this tree whose branches are too wiry to be used for anything. It's too big to be cut down. He said, because of its uniqueness, it will never succumb to harm. Because of its uselessness, it will remain. But anyways,
I hear that. I hear what you're saying on
you
that.
guys
Okay,
have a blessed day.
that's
now,
quite deep,
and
machine.
thank you for
I feel you
joining
there.
us here. And
It's uselessness.
peace to all
That's
of the
just like
people in
most
the
of
chat.
these trees that are out there. Some of them are just useless, just taking up space, but because they're so old and they've got some heritage behind it, they won't cut them down. So I hear what you're saying. Saying like with buildings, certain things are going to remain. They're useless, but they're going to remain. So yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, good stuff. There was something else that I want to. Jeez! What's going on? What's going on? Alki, talk to me. Talk to me.
Yo, what's up, man? What's up, London
Yo,
man?
my guy. Yo, yes, sir. My guy. Wicked, wicked. I'm good now, man. I'm Gucci. I'm good. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we Gucci with it, man. Hey, good
Mm.
to meet you, man. Hey, Pam, you too. Good to meet you.
Likewise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man,
Good
I had to
stuff.
drop by. It's late. I almost got to go to sleep, but man, mad respect, man. Show my work. Just want to say I'm gonna make some more connections. Soon I'll be showing it to you, and I think you will be happy too, bro. Doing work in the background.
Definite. I see the energy you're bringing, and I see the creativity you're bringing, and yeah, I'm applauding it, man. You're coming with your own stuff. You're doing your thing. So, and you're vibing with us. So it's only right we do a little link up. Have to do a link up.
Yeah, your videos are awesome.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, Ronan. Yeah, I have to say, bro, your stuff is mind blowing too, man. For real, making the connection after God give Lamsa, you go further, and that what make me go look back to everything, you know, and was good that I found your channel by Small Town Girl, and now I'm going different directions again with the research, you know.
Okay, okay. Salute to that. Salute to Small Town Girl as well. Thank you. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. I mean, it is different to what most people are presenting out there. A lot of people, the majority seems to be flat Earth to some degree, but it seems to be the same old stuff. So we're here to bring some new perspectives, different looks on this paradigm.
Definitely, definitely. Yes, how you say it. If it's flat Earth, what is it on then? You know, it has to be on something bigger, always bigger.
Mm, the bigger Earth, exactly.
Mm.
AKA the moon, bro. The moon. You
Yeah,
cracked it.
man,
You cracked
for
it.
real. They don't go up. They go left and right with the rockets. You know.
Exactly. Exactly. All they're doing is either falling into the oceans out of outside out of sight, or they're just clearing the crater wall. That's all, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think they really got far so far, but they already got over it for sure because we're getting the footage. You know.
Yeah. No, but saying that, right, secretly, differently, I think they've gained enough altitude because the stuff that they're showing me, right, I'm like, the only way you can see all of these craters and everything in its um, whole entirety is from high altitude, meaning you have to have came out of the crater, excuse me, to some degree. Or if they're not doing it, they're using like
Yeah, and
uh,
but
remote.
that's what made me think, London, that always used to think like something is between us and beyond, you know. And then I was thinking, if they can go up, then it just means that like the iris or the dome or what is up there is much larger than we ever imagined.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, let me see if I can
Yeah, my
find it.
mind go all direction with the micro macro. You know, it's so weird to see so large things inside so small things, inside so much smaller things, much bigger things, all inside of each other. You know.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
that. It's all inside of each other. There's something I wanted to show you quick while you're here. Um, all right, cool. Let me go back to this one quick. Um,
Yeah, big up to the chat.
much love to the chat.
I'm
No
going to go
problem.
ahead and sneak out, guys. I've got an early morning, so I'm going to go ahead and go. But it was nice to see the thing from earlier.
No doubt. Thank you for jumping up, Tom. Respect.
Thanks for including me in that.
No
Yeah, much
problem.
love, fam. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. If I wish it was earlier so I could visit with you in London a little more, but it's about my bedtime because I have to get up in about 6 hours. But it was nice hanging out.
Cool. Good stuff, Pam. Respect.
Much love, y'all.
Much love.
Night. Good night.
So yeah, speaking about you know, seeing things for what it really is from small to macro, right? I wanna quickly show you this quick. Because even this, right, this is the Crater Bell E, right? Crater Bell. I'm not sure whether you saw, I went over this earlier, right?
Yeah, when
But,
I saw it, the first thing I was thinking was it looks like an imprint and made me like think of the Nazi belt, almost like some type of landing site, like keep an imprint there. I don't know.
mm,
because they call it bell too. I don't know. You know about the all the Nazi stuff, the experiment with the bell and
Yeah,
UFO on a ball, all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, never know.
I think with their technology with the bell shaped stuff, I think they were trying to replicate the the lens. I think the lens inside, right? I could be wrong, but I have to do some more investigation. I think the lens is held in suspended animation, like it's floating,
Hmm.
and that's why they give because the lens is a bell shaped thing apparently. So I'm wondering how is if that ties into what they base their creations on, like a bell shaped thing floating with jet propulsion, like taking in the ether, blowing it back out and stuff. But I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I got to look into that. But with this one right here, right, this is the Bell E crater. Now, even just this, right, on a macro level, this is something quite big, right?
Yeah,
This is one of this. I just want you to keep this in mind on a macro level. So on a micro level, this is big. Now, just this crater alone by itself, right? But then when I come over to here, you know, that's the same crater, but when you go out, it's in another crater.
yeah, always keeps going.
It always keeps going. You understand? It always keeps going, bro.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend yesterday. I was showing him stuff about craters, and then I was telling him like, you see all these small craters, like our known realm is probably like one small dot inside of these small craters that you see on these lunar pictures and stuff.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, bro. I'm showing it to my friends too. Always like that. I have to expand the minds.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Indeed, have to. So, yeah, that's that, man. I wanted to quickly show you that. Definitely have to expand the mind.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Yesterday I was looking for old pictures. Yeah, if you look at my channel, I also like all the old stuff. Always looking into old stuff, oldest pictures I can find. And then I came by like some weird stuff, bro. But maybe it could connect because it's like two photographers from like early 1900s, but they also have like drawings and depictions, and they show places in the world, but they also have always pictures of drawings of how the inside of a ear, the inside of an eye, the inside. It's weird, bro. It's like a weird folder I found on the internet. I was
Hmm.
looking at all these pictures, and yeah, I'm gonna show you maybe another time, bro. It's too late now. It's
Yeah,
3:30. I
yeah.
just wanted to come up to show respect, bro, and
Hmm.
do my first dive. I will be coming with some good stuff. Always connecting more dots. Never stops.
Yeah, yeah. I respect that, bro. I respect that. It's nice for you to come up and introduce. So that's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Thanks, bro, for giving the opportunity.
No doubt. I like to see people working, not just panel hopping and talking and talking. I like to see people working. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I'm always researching, man. Always, even when I'm not, I'm still researching.
Hmm. Exactly.
You know how it goes.
Yeah, yeah, most definite. Most definite. I feel yeah. Yeah, my bro. It's been a
I'm,
pleasure, man.
I'm gonna leave you do the shout outs. See you
Hmm.
next time. Big
No
up to you,
doubt.
bro. What you doing? Keep following your stuff, finding more stuff. We can connect.
Most definite, bro. Most definite. Much love.
Shout out to the Rebuttal Bar.
There you
Peace.
go. Much
One
love.
love, guys.
One love, bro. Hey, that's my man Alki. Yo, Alchemos 83 in the building. That's what I'm saying. Good folks. Good folks. My Uncle Fatty in the building. Salute. Salute. Hey, that made my day, you know. Alchemos jumped up. Cheese. That was dope. That was dope. Yo. What a fucking day. Excuse my language. What a day. What a day. From the new release to the recap to the Rebuttal Bar to Alchemo. That's cold. Yeah, that was cold. Yeah, boy. Yeah, that's good shit. That's good shit. Any flat earthers out there? Any globers? Any crater earths? Any Mandelas out there? Anyone out there? Where you hiding? Where you hiding? Where you flat earthers, globers, craters, Mandelas, in-betweeners? Where you hiding? Let me get a quick look at you guys. What's going on, Bex?
Hi, London. Nice to see you.
I'm
Very
good.
nice to see you.
I took a gamble. I wasn't too sure whether that was you. I thought, let me just go with my heart.
My name is inspired by you. I don't know if you see when your comments down, you'll see that it was just last night. I've been doing this Muppet thing for a while, right? On a theme once in a while, but I knew that you had your London Spielberg. So I went Bex Henson. Like
Okay.
Jim Henson from the
Yes.
Muppets. Yeah. Although I'm not really producing anything, or nor am I puppeteering anyone. So, but it was inspired by you.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what's new? What's new? How are we doing?
Doing well. I was up late last night, so I missed your the premiere. I caught the very end of it. I'm going to go back and I hop, skipped, and jumped through it before I saw that it was almost over. So go back and watch it later. So I just felt a little out of the loop hopping over here, and then I went and got something to eat. And by the time I came back, I noticed I just wanted to let the flow go here because I've sort of not been as up to date with what you're talking about today as I'd like to when I'm hopping into a conversation. But I also know down here at the Rebuttal Bar, we can shift directions that's what it's for, right? All sorts of, have a drink, talk about this, talk about that. So I appreciate the added impetus to sort of find a way to allow the continued forums or platforms or panels on intellectual discourse and research. Research I want to use a little loosely, even though it does involve research, but it also involves all of us putting all our information that we've researched in the past together and bringing our pieces of the puzzle. So sort of separating that a little bit from the drama. Or maybe drama is the wrong word, just separating it a little bit from people who tend to be going from panel to panel, not really necessarily, sharing their piece of the puzzle or sharing their message, but not really being aware of that each panel that they click on is sort of can be different. I'm a good one to talk about, like wanting to socialize and meet new people and click those links, I know what it's like.
Yeah, we've all been there. Believe that. Trust me. We've all been guilty. Trust me, I know how that feels, but I'm learning to kind of, you know, just watch from a distance. Like even with Jack, I was watching Jack Talcott today. That was pretty fun. Um, Maybe that's probably the way I'm supposed to interact with these people from a distance. Not only Jack, not only Jack, a few other people. You know when you get your castle and you realize, you know, every king in their castle ain't really, you know, ain't really, I wouldn't say fit to be around, but just really ain't going in the same direction. It's best to just watch them go in their direction. It's best to watch them go in their direction. I'll sit in my kingdom and they can sit in their kingdom, and I watch everybody interact. I may join from time to time when it's, you know, suits me, when I feel like we need entertainment or it's a good topic, but yeah, I can't risk. It's quite draining just hearing the same old stuff.
Yes.
Same old stuff. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Very draining. Can't do it anymore. Can't do it.
It's nice though. I've noticed that in the last, I mean, maybe it's just more that I've spent less time in the last couple of months paneling as I did before. And then in my quote unquote truth or rehab that I'd given myself, I definitely made a point of, you know, being the observer again and engaging in chat more and jumping away from the panel community to some of the premier content creators that, you know, put the premieres out and you hang out in those kind of chats. And it's given me more an opportunity to see, you know, other people in other places that I might not have seen if I was paneling myself. And I don't know if I said this the other day, but I really felt like, you know, when you went down and talked to Brian O'Shea, you really, it riffed well. It uplifted his show. And a part of that is his ability to riff, right? But that it's really nice getting to know you better. And maybe I just didn't know how far back to go to other places that, you know, different kinds of panels. And, you know, you really did put together a platform at Lennon McLovin where there were oftentimes a full panel of people waiting to talk about so many different ideas. And since you know, that was a lot of times that's what you wanted to happen, right? That's what you were looking for. So you're a quiet observer in that scenario, even though we know that you're coming forth with your content of, you know, both types plus the panel. You know, it's a lot. Now that I've been doing just my own thing, I realize how much that is. I mean, I don't edit videos, you know, I don't do that kind of work on top of it. And so it's just been nice to get to know you better. And see your humor come out, right? Like, it's a lot of fun. So I can see why you'd want to, you know, I've said this before, and I know I've, you know, in different scenarios, I might have sort of, I can flip things on their head, you know, and, but I've said this before, and now it's nice that you have this other platform too. Like, you really have your London McLovin was really a hinging place between all sorts of dynamics I didn't understand. And that unification of people in that sort of art gallery space. You know, down here we're more in a place where it's got the same vibe, but you know, we are willing to have conversations. This is the place that people could get a hold of you or come here and talk about those kinds of frictions that occur or bring information, you know, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, if there's things to be spoken about that's happened within the community, and people need a voice, because I remember not having a platform, but you know, getting caught up in some stuff, and I didn't have a platform, couldn't really voice my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, so I am here for that guy also, or girl, whatever the case may be. But also, I'm always about new inventions, new thoughts, new build, new dots, connections. But you know how it goes. It don't always go the way you want it to go.
Well, and this is an app that I don't know as much about other people that were on here before 2020 doing the same thing that's going on now. Well, maybe there weren't panels, but there's always been the ability to, have a public Zoom, at least air some sort of like previously recorded panel of some sort or public Zoom call. I don't know exactly how that worked in the past. But if we really look at how YouTube evolved and when it evolved to be this community that it is, I have a feeling that that has a lot to do with the cabin fever of 2020 and the fact that we are, something really, really devastating happened to every single person in the world in terms of being made aware of the kind of control that the controlling systems that we're under. And I think sometimes the lawless, quote unquote, lawlessness of YouTube actually, because I've been someone who's reacted, and alchemized and even flipped and justified people's behaviors. But I will say that I think it really is a manifestation of that cabin fever, not just isolation, that desire, don't tell me what to do. I think it's a necessary growing curve to be a mature adult human being on the planet, to push through like children almost, right? Being told what to do, but knowing we don't have any control at the, to react to the government doesn't seem to make any change. So to sort of have those frictions, acted out in these YouTube, I can't help it, streets, I think that it is actually I don't think it's necessarily been a bad thing. I don't know that it necessarily could have been done any differently if it is what I'm saying, it's a rebellious, it's an exercise of rebellion, even if it seems like to some people things are personal. What do you think?
Yeah, I think a lot of people take this stuff too personal, to be honest. Especially being in a type of space like this, it's almost like how would you call it? Not a trick, but a game on the psyche when you step into this type of space.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna come against. You don't know who's gonna say. You don't understand, because you just don't. You never know. You don't even know if the real people that you come into contact with in real life. So I keep that in mind when I come on here more time, and just try to remain, in the right frame of mind, positive.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep like-minded people around me, but sometimes, because I feel like where we was kind of raised up on this ratchetness type of behavior to some degree, some of us, it's almost like entertainment through the stuff that we used to watch. Like watching Mr. Jack Talcott and these guys, they kind of remind me of like an old Frasier episode or something, Then watching like the Aboriginal communities remind me of something like, to some degree, a snip of Boys in the Hood or something. It's just like nostalgia memories, but some of them can be toxic, just like our old memories. Some we've got toxic memories, and then good memories. I just think it's a game on the psyche, a trick on the psyche, or not even a trick or a game, an experiment.
But I also think that when we know how organic some of it can be, and even I think that when I like to compare it to reality TV show, like an organic evolution of something 10 times greater than Coronation Street.
Coronation Street.
Like it really, this is what Coronation Street wishes it could be.
I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
And I know I tried to say I don't want to be in the drama. I had a live about 2 weeks ago to today, and because Benton had come in and said that Z was taking the day off, and that he also thought he'd take the day off, and maybe we should, he'll just come up and sit on my stream with me and just see what happens with the numbers. But I mean, from the evolution of the beginning of the show to the end of the show, this 12-hour show that I did, I knew from the outset I was feeling frustrated with the drama. I had been in my truth or rehab in some of these other places, sort of, thinking I was doing something intellectual, let's just say, right? Which I was doing more of that. But, and so I did this whole stream. It was fucking epic. Like every scene, I couldn't even tell you how many scenes. There's a point where I'm playing music, and even Ben, if someone's like, "You playing music? Oh, I like that music you're playing." And Benton's like, "Are you playing music?" I was like, "I got my sound bite," right? Like it was just like, there was so much perfect in this stream. It was so good.
Yeah.
And, but I was exhausted. And at the end, I woke up the next day and I told everyone that was my grand finale. Okay, I'm doing just intellect now. Like I don't want no more LARPing, right? Because I never really have been LARPing, although I have exploited, like I'm going to call them baby truther things, like in my exhaustion to perform, right? Knowing that if I get up there right now and say that, especially some of those sound bites, people will think I'm 100% serious when really I'm just exhausted, right? And I want to bring this humanity. Anyways, it was great drama, right? So I have been in my feelers and chosen to perform, and it made for great content, right? So my point is 2 weeks later, I realized that there's a place for all of it, and I actually love all of it. There's just a level of derailing, and also Benton got up on my live last night and was saying at the end that, he said something along the lines, he made me laugh so hard. He's like, everybody's LARPing, like they've been tasked with the, like they've been tasked to save the world or something, with the job of saving the world. And it was so funny. He's like, it's like a mini UN convention. It was so concisely put and so true. A bunch of armchair philosophers talking about, how family used to be and how it should be, and, how the world should be, and this and that. It's like, we all do it. I'm not saying I'm any different, but it's nice to see things evolving, because they are evolving, and it is entertaining, and there is a place for drama.
Indeed.
But but that's one thing I knew is on my channel, is that I knew that I would leave. I've often left people backstage right from the moment. Well, definitely in the last few months, right? If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. This group, this person, no, not isolating any one person in that, right? I'm sure it would have served me well many times if someone was like, "Not today, Bex, not today."
But it's still here. I got you, Alki, no doubt.
It's late for you, eh?
Yeah, it's even later for those guys. They're like 2 hours ahead of me or something, for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Salute to my Belgian folks. I've been to Belgium, twice, I think? Yeah, twice. Good times. I'll let you know next time I'm in town, Alki. Yeah, I'm due for a visit. Okay, oh, you're 1 hour ahead. Okay, yeah.
How did you find James Terrell?
Through questioning soil.
Soil, interesting.
That's what I did. Question soil. It took me
There's
right
do you know Uno?
Yeah.
I don't know him very well. I've been on a couple of panels with him, but I have listened to him talking to Charles quite a bit. He has, I think it's him who has a theory about soil and water being two opposing. I don't know if it's his theory. I've heard it from him. Soil and water being two opposing forces, and I've heard him talk about it. It might be something worth looking into.
Two opposing forces.
Because I always thought, well, you need the water for the seed to grow in the soil, but he's got a very good analytical mind, and brings a lot of spirituality behind his analysis as well. He seems fairly firm, not firm as in immalleable, but solid is what I mean, like in what he brings to the table. He's confident in what he talks about. So it might be something worth looking into.
Yeah. I used to do some builds with, over on Ian's panel a few months back. Quite a few of us used to be over there, actually. Sing, Access, Ian, Sunkiss even sometimes. Yeah, most times actually. Sunkiss, Renegade. And that's where I met Dean over there. Yeah, Dean. Then Phil joined us over there. Yeah, that's where I met
I
Phil.
sure would love to hear from Phil. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're okay. Yeah, Phil, what is going on with Phil? Is he okay? You heard from him?
I haven't. Although I only produced a little YouTube short to kind of, I haven't actually tried. He sent me a letter.
He
sent me a letter.
Phil sent you a letter?
Yeah.
What? So he's okay? You mean he sent you a letter? He's saying he's okay?
He sent me a letter a couple months ago, right around the time that I did see him once after. So I had seen him to repair the sort of breakup letter that he sent me. I don't mean to minimize it. It was a poignant letter of let's say boundary setting, so I don't minimize the emotion behind it. And then he had a live shortly thereafter to announce that he'd got his property back. But that's the last time I heard from him. And then Dominic said that he had messaged him and was texting with him briefly since we last asked about him, and that he sounded like he was in a good headspace in the text, in the messaging. But that's the only person I've heard who's had any contact with him.
Got you. Okay.
But I know that since the passing of Dark Chameleon, it sure makes it just makes things a lot different out here for me. And I didn't know Dark that well, but I had some really good lessons and fun times with him, just like lessons in how to manage my panel, lessons in just letting someone have have the stage. A lot of people out here, I've seen people, let's say, go into Lig. I've seen for a while there, Lig, Aaron was, they were talking to him about his alcoholism and the effect on his kids, and, analyzing him being out here. And I thought, there's a lot of functional addicts in the world that still do a good job with their kids. We don't have to reduce everyone to the worst case scenario of a story. We also can have times when we're like, hey dude, you're too drunk, or you're too, you're kind of nodding off, or, there's optics, right? And there's respect for the entire audience as well, but there's also the understanding of the community that we've built. And for me in particular, the last time I spoke to Dark, he was in my chat, and I was all up in my feelers about him getting so drunk he started expressing his sexuality towards me. And really in the purest of forms, any of that one-on-one energy directed at each other should always be treated as you know, on some level, if it's not catcalling on the street, you know, if it's just you're having an intimate conversation and something like that is brought up, you know, the first thing, if whether it's a woman to a man or vice versa, the first thing would be to honor the person as a person, you know. And I know that we've seen so much in this world to sort of reduce those actions to being, you know, influenced by pornography or by behaviors that we're superimposing on a situation, you know, that yeah, I just feel like if, you know, if I hadn't been, you know, if I'd been more aware of if we were people in a party and that happened to me, I would never shame somebody, you know? I would just politely decline. And so the next time he came into my chat, it was the middle of the night and I knew he'd be drunk and I knew his inhibitions would be down. But rather than playfully tell him, not now, Dark, I was like, you know? And it was pretty hard considering, like, my language was pretty hard considering, you know, the gesture itself. Like, I've had a man stay in my house and, you know, a coworker who came out of the bedroom and pulled a naked man move. You know, I wasn't rude to him, you know? I also I didn't just jump into bed because somebody, you know, you know, pulled the naked man move, you know, although sometimes I wonder why I didn't. Still always wondering, like, you know, it was more, I don't know if it was influenced by Seinfeld and the naked man move, but, you know, my point is like, independent of all of that, there's a gentleman who came out here, and whether he was drunk or not drunk, he came out here to relate to us all and we were his community, you know? And sometimes that's more important than the optics, or more important that, you know, and you don't realize till after the fact when it's just a kind of a random, almost stranger in the world, but who you care about because he's part of your community, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in the community that I used to, you know, have a spot for, but sometimes you realize it's not even, there's only a few people you can really, you know, have a spot for. It's not everybody you can let up onto the panel and really vibe with. But the direction that you seem to be going, it seems to be going okay for yourself now.
I have a lot of fun. I've always, you know, even when it wasn't okay, you know, like, and even that was, you know, it's all relative, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I can honestly thank all the experiences I've had, really, because I feel really strong, you know? I'm very grateful to be here with you.
That's good. Good.
I don't want to dare YouTube to try to do more to me, but I do feel like the fact that, yeah, I just feel like it's made for a deeper friendship, a better connection.
Well, I think that.
Huh.
Mic check. Can you hear me? Could you hear me?
I can. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's definite. Salute to that. Salute to that. So I'm trying to multitask. I'm trying to talk with you and prepare myself a little snack.
Oh, nice. What are you making?
Vegetable spring rolls with hummus and some vegan cheese.
Yum. Do you make your own hummus sometimes, or do you buy it often?
Never buy it. I buy it very often.
Sorry.
I buy it very often. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mike, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep.
So let me go back to my spot. Oh man. Yeah, I seen Angel Wings put up on the screen. She's getting food. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I was doing.
Yep. I make wicked hummus.
Oh, you make it?
Yeah, well, as a caterer, I've made everything almost, and thousands and thousands and thousands of hors d'oeuvres, and I'm a very good dietary. I can, you know, you give me your dietary restrictions, or and I can make you a beautiful meal. But hummus is something that I really enjoy. I don't make it at home much, but I used to make it in huge batches at work. If you ever
Where,
want to add a little zing to your hummus, put a bit of olive oil. Well, you don't even really need the olive oil, but have you ever had sumac on your hummus?
sumac, is that what's that? Is that the lemony one?
Yeah, like a
Yes.
red lemony. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I love it. I love hummus. Mm. What do you peel the skin as well, or do you leave the skin off?
With the chickpeas?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I think normally I usually made it from canned. Yeah, never peeled them.
Okay.
Never peeled them. Yeah.
Got you.
That's a lot of extra work. I mean, not really. You just cook it and then cool them and then peel them off with your hands. But that's it is a lot of extra. Wouldn't be for just home cooking, but when you're making batches for, for the week or whatever, as something that goes out to feed hundreds.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm a very good cook. I worked as I never had my papers, but I went from serving in restaurants and managing restaurants to being a property manager to renting a restaurant to a catering company to become their extra hands to then become their serving manager to then become helping in the kitchen to then becoming their kitchen manager to then basically running the whole company while my bosses were away. One had a baby, one went to school, and I got to own my own company with no risk for a good solid close to a year once. And they made a lot of money. They made a lot of money off me just working for a wage, laying it all on myself. I was like, they'd call me sometimes, be like, did you just take 50 more people for tomorrow? I was like, yeah, it's going to the same government building. I just made them choose from one of the two menus. I only have to get up, and you know how it is. Like, I'd say to them, you know how it is. Like, it's easier to cook for 60 than it is for 10.
Mhm.
Like, it's the
Yeah.
same thing. It doesn't really add that much more work. So they made a lot of money that year. I always
Nice.
joked that whenever I left the company, I was always like, did your accountant call you yet? And be like, where's Bex? Right? Bring that girl back.
Mm.
Profits like totally decrease the moment I leave.
Mm. Yeah, interesting.
I like a challenge.
Yeah. Hmm. I do. There we go. Finish. Mm.
But I know there's a lot of people. I mean, in my travels, the benefit of having been everywhere that I've gone, I did make a lot of friends that actually would be very good resources for the Rebuttal Bar here, whether they're bringing you things, interesting content to review with you, or whether they're actually wanting to, say, show you a pattern, or better yet, sometimes people know the storylines better, than how far back things go, much better than myself. And it'd be nice to see some of them starting to come in here
Hmm.
and share their opinion. I think when you see some of these, quote unquote beefs, right? I don't even want to call them beef battles, but when you see the sort of attention that one place is maybe trying to get from the other, or again, I don't know. I'm not claiming to know how things evolve, but just that when they do evolve, oftentimes there's so much backstory, like even just to the jokes sometimes, like the link between Hank and Voy, that Snapu Snaps made, by jokingly calling Voy Hank one day. It was intentional, right? and it's funny, right? It's funny. And if we don't know the backstory, then you don't get all of the humor.
I don't think no one knows the backstories to Snap's references. But because it's coming from Snaps, you're like, oh my God, what's going on here? Oh, 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 oh. It's like the other day, right? I really thought that what's his name? Monty Graff.
Mhm.
That's I thought that was a made up person.
Mm.
That's
No, if
how
you
yeah. That is how little like I wasn't really like giving much fuel to the fire, but I would just thought it was entertainment. That's how I don't know whether that's naive on my side or um that just goes I wasn't paying attention, I'm not bothered. I don't know.
Mhm.
But when I actually saw a person there called Monty Graff, I was like, get the fuck out of here. He's telling the truth. There is a guy called Monty Graff. Okay. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah. And then when you see the video that actually, when you see the actual video, I didn't go see it. I just saw it being reviewed when the day that Paul said to Snafu Snaps, like, okay, let's you send me the video, I'll look at it. And sure enough, the next day they had, that was the main topic of the show. And so they are going through this video of this man. I feel like Lizzo would be better at explaining it, but just this man, it just was some sort of like, one could call it artistic, from the sort of, with no judgment side, right? Not knowing any history, not knowing anything about anything, sort of like Santos getting weird on camera. One could call that artistic, but even better to actually just look at the analysis and the conversation going on that day, because again, Snaps has the background and more history to the whole story than just this one video. And it was really weird optics, this older man and this younger woman, and then if you go even further and you were to look at Snaps on Snafu Snaps page right now, you'd see there's a woman's left a comment named Denise Mattow, and she's talked about just the town that Montegraph lives in, and just added backstory to give. There seems to be credit, not that I know anything about this Monty guy, not that I'm claiming to say, oh, I've researched what Snaps is saying and I support it. I'm just saying that there's all that backstory that really does give credibility potentially to what Snaps is saying.
Get the fuck out of here. Serious. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And then I don't know if you know that during the whole, I guess the more public aspect of what a lot of people would call QAnon propaganda, especially like normies, and then even people who realized that there was a level of propaganda to almost everything that was given out as information, that the fact checkers, they had everyone that was non-normie convinced fact checkers were lying, and then, but the fact is like Snafu Snaps did research for Alex Jones, right?
Okay.
So
the entertainer.
Yeah.
Isn't he dead?
Alex Jones? No, isn't Alex Jones the he's sort of like a Joe Rogan.
So who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
What's the one who's oh my gosh, no, I'm not even gonna tell you I was thinking of Tom Jones.
Oh, okay. I
was thinking of Tom Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Unusual to have fun with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hilarious. Okay, Alex Jones.
But Alex Jones, I mean, if Alex Jones was going mainstream with this news, right? I mean, at that point, at that crux point between conspiracy theorists and real media, quote unquote, real media, that would have just the timing and the evolution of being involved in that level of research for somebody that big would. And then to know that whatever it was just a show for Alex Jones. I don't know anything about it. We'd actually have to ask Snaps, right? To understand how he came to not be, when was that severed, or when did Alex Jones lose interest, or how was it just a bit for a show and then done? I don't know. I'd have to ask Snaps.
See, I mean, what is Snaps even doing with those boys? Mm?
Mm-hmm.
What is Snaps even doing with those boys?
Well, and then if you think about it one step further, if Alex Jones came to me to do some research for him, and that research had me going into places in the internet that are most people wouldn't go unless they'd been tasked with that, even if you're willing to, because if you were even on the fringe caught up with the most important points that the QAnon information set was meant to distribute, right? So ignoring any kind of over exaggeration, just like when Trump was asked if he was a part of QAnon, and he was like, what's QAnon, you know? And they were like, oh, it's about abuse to children and maybe even worse. And Trump was like, well, I don't know anything about it, but sounds like okay, if that's all that it is, sounds like an okay cause, then just imagine taking the best of what you think is going on in the world and being like, I can help, and I'll go look in these places for you. Like, that alone is a psychological operation. Just being a person in the world caring enough to go into these dark places, maybe in the internet. And then we know how good AI is and how much is going on. Like, who knows if what you've seen is real or not real, even there, right? So, but definitely 3 years ago, we were a lot more convinced. At least I was a lot more convinced I knew what was real. Did you ever watch Uranon videos? Uranon?
Aranon, no.
Yeah, AEWAR.
Who is that? No, I've never even heard of this.
Well,
What is it, a person?
Well, he was some sort in the British accent voice. Okay, he was anonymous. You would be able to better tell me what kind of accent he had. It wasn't quite the same as yours, but it was definitely of the United Kingdom, I would say. And he put out videos initially about, say, Tartaria. And I don't even want to claim to remember exactly, but he had major impact, really good production. Now, then there was a guy named Wooden Nichols. Woody, he's known.
Yeah, I heard of him.
Yeah, Woody also did great production, right? Funny guy with a sock puppet, and so he talked more, but he also put together videos. And then at one point, Uranon was the only in contact with Wooden Nichols. And Woody was always like, I don't know why he contacted me, but I have this, but that it just is. So then there hit a point with Wooden Nichols and Uranon where Uranon had contacted, so it goes, Uranon had contacted Wooden Nichols. They were now collaborating, and they had abandoned the idea of Tartaria altogether. They said, it's not fair in the future with all these videos. People are going to think that we've rewritten history. They took a stance on, we don't want to rewrite history, and what if we're wrong? And so no more Tartaria. And trust me, Uranon's videos were just insanely elaborate about technology and history and the overwriting of it, like impactful, like God Give Lamps Day, really. And he changed his channel a few times. So by the time he's working with Wooden Nichols, now they have a channel called Mortarboard, and they put out something called the Shadow Rome series. It's probably been about 6 months now, and just sort of, and it's kind of branding. It's beautiful, right? Whatever we call the history and the place that things were, it doesn't really matter. But if it had taken off, it was like a rebranding of Tartaria as Shadow Rome. From a business perspective, it was brilliant. Like, don't look there, don't rewrite history, come over and look over here. But it was just calling it a different name. But still, beautiful videos talking about the re-landscaping of the United Kingdom and showing the gardens and everything that had been done. Anyways, this long-winded story is to say, like, I love looking for conspiracy on YouTube. And you know better than anyone that I've gotten paranoid at times, right? I've gotten paranoid, like, who's this sock account and how many sock accounts they have, and that moderator isn't even real, and like, I've gone deep. But I have a feeling that Uranon is a creation of Wooden Nichols. I have a feeling it is his AI creation. Just like if you were to see Caged Reality and some of the information he puts out working with a video, a voice AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to talk to Wooden Nichols, because if Wooden Nichols actually, I don't think he'd ever admit it. So, but this is the rebuttal bar, right? We can put our theories out here. It's genius. And only Woody could do something. I mean, Woody was such a good, he's a very talented, intelligent man. But to me, the more I hear the AI voice up at, what AI can do through Caged Reality, I now see also that I think Woody was ahead of the curve, and he generated himself a business partner, and I think it's fucking genius.
Okay. Generated himself a business partner.
Mhm.
Okay. Interesting.
I think it's called Mortarboard. Last I looked, I not because I know I can go look at these people up, but if you don't watch a lot of the big channels and you just go to their, they don't need your sub, they just need your watch time hours. I actually unsubbed from big channels and just made a sheet of the things that I want to keep in touch with. Not that these were big channels, but it takes the shadow away in your algorithm, and you start seeing your friends' channels, and you can network more easily in smaller channels if you don't have big titans overshadowing the algorithm, because tens of thousands of notifications are on for big channels, and it's just the way the search engines work. They can't dig deep enough. So I know who I like. It's just the way my mind works. I realized I was keeping subs out of loyalty instead of knowing that I'm going to go watch the content, and whether someone has 70,000 or 69,999, it's not going to make a difference. They don't get paid by sub, they get paid by their watch time hours. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You'd probably like the Shadow Roam series.
Okay, I have to take a look at that.
I can send you a link too.
Yeah, please. May have something I'm looking for. No doubt. Hey, I'm gonna cut this one short real quick. It's getting real late over here. Yeah, I gotta be.
And you did a couple hours on your other channel.
Yeah. Exactly. Nursery run in the morning.
Okay, well, I'll hop off, and I'll be in the chat till you're done. And thank you so much for extending the show to have me up and stay up a little longer with me.
No problem. Thanks for joining.
I'll catch you. I'll catch you next time. Much love to you. Much love to the chat. See you soon.
Cheers. Peace out. There you go. That's the Bex Factor. Salute. She stepped out for your boy. Hey. No doubt. My dude. Yeah, I don't know where to begin, man. I got so much stuff to give them, but if I could just give you my mind, just download my mind, and you could just plug my mind in, and you could see everything that way, you'd be like, wow, London, how do you remain so calm? Like, hey, it's in my blood. It's in my blood. Crazy. No doubt. No doubt. Good stuff. So we connect some dots today. We connect some dots. My favorite has to be the serpent in its macro form, right? In the craters. Remember, we went over to Chad, Africa. We went over to Australia. I found plenty more, but I can't show you them all, can I? in one go. Don't take your time with it. Hidden in plain sight. Wild. Who's live? Anybody live? Let's have a quick look see. Let's have a quick look see who's live. Can't see anybody live. Let me see on my phone. No, we won't even go there. We won't even go there. It looks a bit X-rated. It looks a bit X-rated. I ain't even trying to get into all of that. They can keep that panel over there. We good, we good. So how you feeling though, man? Okay, Dax. Nice. Yeah, I know. I had a look at the thumbnail and I was like, whoops. He looks kind of triggering over there. Yeah, Flo looked kind of triggering over there. 1 second. You just see the thumbnail. Wild, isn't it? All right, let's get into flow for now. 5 minutes or so. Then I'm out of there.
They'd get rid of the whole ATF. That'd be illegal.
They should get rid of the FTA while we're at it.
Yeah.
Certainly the DEA has no business existing. But you know, it's
the
like,
last poll. I'm starting a new poll in a second. But the last poll was based. It was should mention wear gray sweatpants, and then the options were more or less. And really, what I was doing is I was testing the gender of my chat more than anything, and I think that it's slightly more male than female, which is about what I expect.
I have gray sweatpants.
Gay.
Well, 57% of respondents think that you should not wear them, and 100% of hosts.
Well, I might have to disappoint all those people.
All right. New poll is down about gun laws. So Goblin, I'm kind of curious. When we talked about a month ago, you did not seem to like me, specifically because I used to be a Proud Boy. Has that changed? And
well, I think I have a different aspect about it, but
or did I misinterpret that?
No. No, you didn't.
So that's unusual.
You're more intelligent than that.
I find it unusual for people to. I find it unusual for people to actually not like each other for political reasons.
Well, and that's sort of why I made that claim, because I don't actually know if that's true. That's just the vibe I got, but it's not the vibe I get anymore. So,
Yeah, my take on it is all this like divisive conflict between people who identify as progressive or conservative or whatever. That
it's all
happening
bro.
up
It's
here on the
all
internet.
paradigms, all of them. I already know.
But it's all happening up here on the internet. But I've noted that in real life, I never engage with any people according to their politics.
And I agree with that. I agree that it's a paradigm. And I think Goblin said that I'm smarter than that or something. And I also will agree with that. I am not more mature than that, I suppose. Like, there's a bit of self-indulgence in any of those things.
I'm not very mature either, but I don't be immature like that. I be immature like I made some.
All right. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Hey, much love, Alki. We're following you, bro. You're getting the hell out of here as well. Hey, my man. Peace out. Peace out. Much love to the grand old chat room. Much love. Much love. Peace out. Till next time. Lay low. Look after yourself. Much love.
Life have a nigga hustling, man. Niggas need to slow it down, yo. Sit back, just chill, just relax. Speeding down the roads of life. Yo, check it. Another database. I'm sharecropping in this paper chase. Take a deep breath and clear my database. It's afternoon, I'm talking shit to my alarm clock. Cause I gotta face this world of capitalistic onslaught. Don't stop when I jump in the whip. Trying to get it off. Beltline got me rushing like Barishnikov. Pushing 80 miles an hour to this call center. Trying to pick up a check. I only see 20% of until the weekend. It sounds crazy when I'm saying it, but sleepless nights got me forgetting what day it is. Until my son 2 days without speaking. Looking for reasons to keep my head from going off the deep end. I take this shit personally. I'm making moves, but this treadmill lifestyle ain't working for me. It's from the crib to the lab to your job to make a profit, and that the day's in. Ain't got nothing to accomplish, and it's just the way it's going down. But on the real, yo, I think I need to slow it down and slow it down. Too fast for me. Just too fast for me. Just too fast for me. Just too fast for me. Too fast for me. Too fast for me.
I try to slow it down like brand new yeah, but hypnotic tunes like this always do me, yeah. Got a nigga about to go and burn the road again. From first gear to fifth gear, out of control again.
And that's the way we rolling in. Needed to chill and take a rest stop. Cause my job got me slaving like I'm Dred Scott. Take a break? Nah, nigga, you bet not. Cause that's when the respect stops. Energy drain. I need a blast like high tech guy. So I can grab the mic and make your head pop. With the microphone, check 1, 2. It don't stop. Out of town on a quick escape. Hoping I have a chance to slow it up and hit the brakes and slow it down.
Moving on now. Moving on and on. We moving on now. Moving on and on. We moving on now. Moving on and on. We moving on now. We moving on and on. We keep on now. Moving on and on. Don't stop now. Keep it on and on.
I let my life shine in between these papers lines. I write rhymes to incite minds. Spending time on this pipeline. 85 north is like mine. Going 85 to like mines. Going 95 to take time. Spending days in the rays of the sunshine. Many days those same rays went undefined. Now 40 East is where I go to have my best times. 3 lanes going 62 perfect rhymes. Trade jokes, mastercraft to catch punchlines. We turn it in the early morning, late night times. Amtrak, Monday morning to come back grinds. Kept the couch on the weekend. A place I really did sleep in. Take on speaker losses tweaking. Cause the way we be rocking it when joints is finished. At the speed we be moving,
We could never be diminished. With my energy replenished. Write a rhyme with puns and all my similes intended. Speed out until I finish.
Keep stop now. Keep on. Don't stop now. Keep it. Keep on. Keep anything fly. Don't stop. Rock. Anything rock. Real hip hop. Don't stop now.
Don't stop. I put the JBs on the one. I'm
Don't stop.
That's too fast for me. Just too fast for me. Just too fast for me. Don't stop for me.
don't stop. Keep it moving on now. Moving on and on. 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 Keep on now. Moving on and on. Don't stop now. Keep it on and on.
Me and you. I play the JBs on them when I hustle.